around the time I transferred, I lost both of my great-grandparents, which was really tough, losing family away from home. And so I bought a dog, and she was like a lifesaver. And so she's also been like a part of that journey as well. Now she's 7, so she's much bigger. When I was about the age of 5, I went to a neighborhood outdoor basketball court by my house, and I saw young boys playing basketball every day. And I thought to myself, this is pretty interesting. This is something that I want to do. So I told my mom that I wanted to play basketball, and she wanted me to continue to dance. I did tap, ballet, jazz. I had my tutu skirts and my ballerina shoes, but my heart was set on basketball. And every day after school, I went straight to the court. You know, as a young kid, you have dreams, and I thought to myself that if I did everything right, if I showed up on time, if I was a great teammate, playing to the best of my ability, that I would become drafted. But sometimes life doesn't go that way.
With the first pick in the 2018
I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was sitting on the couch with my mother and my grandmother watching the draft. And typically when you watch a draft, you'll see like the next available at the bottom of the screen. So I see my name and I'm getting, anxious, happy, like it's my time. But the draft goes off and I wasn't drafted. It was an emotional moment for me, trying to figure out what was next. Did I want to continue to play basketball, or did I want to use my degree from college to get into the coaching world? But that next day I got to the gym at like 7 a.m. and I just kept working. And then a few days after, I got several calls from a few WNBA teams, and Chicago Sky was one of them. And I thought to myself, wow, it would be a dream to be from the city of Chicago and to play for my hometown. So I accepted the training camp invite, and I was the only undrafted rookie to play that entire season. For me, being a little girl raised by a single mom and, from a city that's known of violence, to be able to play in a league like the WNBA, it helped me grow as a player, not only physically, but mentally. And it helped me just to gain more confidence. It's hard as an athlete sometimes. It's like a roller coaster. You're at your highest moments and then you're at your lowest. The first game, me coming out of the tunnel to play in front of my family and friends and, everybody that knew me, it was a dream come true. I think being from Chicago in the States, we move so fast, and sometimes I forget to just be in the moment. Before coming to Toulouse, I've never heard of Toulouse, and all of the feedback is, it's in the south of France, and it's so beautiful, and, all of the great things. And so for me, as an athlete, it's easy to just go to practice, be with your teammates, and go back to your room. But for me to just explore Toulouse and see the history. I love history, so different museums or, just anything to keep me present in the moment, I definitely enjoy it. First goal, first and foremost, is, be champs of the LF2. I think we have an amazing team. We have great pieces that can get us that championship. Secondly, just being a great teammate, anything I can do to help my teammates succeed. And then also myself, just growing as a player, being a better athlete, continuing to better my strengths and strengthen my weaknesses. So I think also playing and winning championships in Europe is amazing. To play against the best in the world, of all different countries and players, it's pretty cool. So I enjoy it. Basketball in the States is a little bit more finesse. I think in Europe, it's more competitive and tough. You got to play through fouls. You got to dig deep, which makes you a tougher player, especially with 3x3. You're kind of forced to be able to play through all different kinds of basketball. But I think with 3x3, it really shows you the kind of player that you are. It shows your strengths, your weaknesses, because it's only 3 players and the court is so wide that you're kind of forced to learn how to score, learn how to play defense, which helps you gain confidence, right? If you don't have confidence, 3x3 is a sport that will help you because you have no choice but to get better. So I'm grateful to have played 5-on-5 and 3x3 to help me become the player I am today. I know that in this world of basketball, you can get so consumed in it and you kind of forget about what life is going to be after basketball. So for the last couple of years, I've been studying sports coaching. So this summer when we were training for the World Cup and in between practices, when it's time to take a nap or get some food, I was studying, taking exams, preparing for that. And it was just an honor to be able to get my master's. Another reason why I wanted to get my master's, and it's a funny joke because when I got my bachelor's, they don't say your name. You just walk across the stage, they shake your hand, you take your picture. And I was like, well, I'm gonna get my master's so I can walk across the stage and I hear my name. Well, that still didn't happen. And now I can use that knowledge to give back to my community and also in the sports world just to continue my career. My focus is, I have my own non-for-profit and it's called That Harper Kid. And so I got the name from Chicago mayor when I was in high school. He walked up to me and said, "Aren't you that Harper kid?" And I was like, "You know who I am?" And I just turned that into my mission. Like, you can be that kid too, whatever you put your mind to. And so for about 4 years now, with my nonprofit, I work to serve underserved kids in Chicago. So we provide resources and opportunities for them, whether it's basketball, educational, to help them further, their life and their career. And then simultaneously, with my degree with sports coaching, my goal is to be behind the scenes with sports. So helping build better organizations, implementing different curriculums, and providing just resources to help athletes, coaches, and parents. And so I do that now in my free time, like in between practices or after practice. I'm always on my laptop researching, trying to find ways to better myself and the people around me.